For subtitles, please click here on your screen.
ताल में तमिल में गाया अरे ताना दे नाना कारे नाना தாராரா சரிதானா சரிதானா நீ சத்தியத்தை உழைப்பது சரிதானா சொன்ன வார்த்தை ओ सुखविंदर जी इतना अच्छा गाया
பிறருக்கு சொந்தம்தான் நீ சத்தியத்தை மீறாதே.
That kind of songs Rahman sir can sing only. I cannot replace that song in other language also.
ये जो देश है तेरा स्वदेश है तेरा.
I am seeing Ilaiyaraaja sir past 45 years. Same timing he is coming for studio whether work is there or not.
सुरमई अखियों में नन्हा मुन्ना एक सपना दे जा रे.
Where should I look for the lyrics and where I have to stand after first antara ke baad where I have to go? It's all programmed, sir. Pakka.
Mukkabla,
In front of 40,000, 50,000, above 20,000, wherever. In US also, minimum 20,000 crowd will be there.
Tracking milestones of an incredible journey spanning more than 3 decades, Rahman Music Sheets. Hi friends, discover the top take as we uncover the wow factor in this episode. Do watch it till the end to grab this musical moment of the day.
If music wakes you up, makes you think, heals you, I guess the music is working.
And the Oscar goes to A.R. Rahman.
A.R. Rahman's concerts, breathtaking spectacle. Mesmerizing rhythms. Soulful harmonies. A seamless blend where tradition meets innovation. The crowd
Assalamu alaikum, namaste.
spellbound. Electrified. Every note a wave of nostalgia, a surge of emotions. Lights ignite, dancers captivate. Voices resonate. The maestro reigns. His global appeal fills arenas. Thousands become one, singing every lyric like an anthem. Each concert, an unforgettable journey. For decades, one voice has shared Rahman's stage beyond the notes.
Mukkabla, Mukkabla, Layla, oh Layla.
So, Mr. Rahman's concerts are grand. They are an experience, and you have been a part of many of them. Please share your experiences. And were you really comfortable wearing costumes and dance and perform on stage?
Sir, every program, any place, America or Europe or Malaysia, Singapore, wherever, the concept is song list, whatever they have fixed. That is before the show we have one rehearsal. Before day night also we have one rehearsal. The placement also they will fix with into mark. Where should I look for the lyrics and where I have to stand after first antara ke baad, where I have to go. It's all programmed, sir, pakka. So we will follow that. Before show, 4 hours before, 4 hours we will be in the venue, and Rahman sir साथ में बैठ के beautifully he will do the rehearsal, and bit by bit he will no announcements, only Rahman sir will take the next song before, after next song also बीच में थोड़ा he will play, and shall we go to 10 years back, 20 years back, like that, small word. So by the time we will be on the steps, the singers will be ready. When we have to enter also, it's programmed, sir. So huge crowd in front of 40,000, 50,000, above 20,000, wherever. In US also, minimum 20,000 crowd will be there. That is मन में बहुत वो how can you say the public applause is there. That is a very big tonic for the musicians or artists, sir.
I see wonder. The wonder of music.
Everywhere he is that much lovable person and attracting and legend. So Rahman sir also very coolly he will handle 4.5 hour show, and sometimes one place Switzerland, I think so, last 24 May he is suffering with the cold. The first song Rahman sir he is tried in rehearsal time, he could not open. So he requested me, आप गा सकते हैं गाना. Within half an hour I write it, practice करके मैं जाके I sang. This is great experience for me. In front of Rahman sir, his introduction song I sang in Switzerland. So this kind of magics, life unforgettable things also, and very cool. He will handle the show and crowd 40,000, and aram se he will go back, and we used to sit with him, and sometimes we will get the opportunity to eat with him. सेम कूल मन ने कुछ भी नहीं, इतना काम करके आया बोल के नहीं. उतना बड़ा शो होने के बाद he will stand for photographs for 1.5 hour, 2 hours, sir. Such a patience and very humble. Long live Rahman sir.
Born as Nagur Babu, renamed Mano by Ilaiyaraaja. 5 decades, generations of composers. From K. Chakravarthy to Koti. From Vidyasagar to Keeravani. From Bappi Lahiri to Deva to A.R. Rahman. Mano didn't just witness the evolution of film music, he lived it.
So you are about to complete 50 years in cinema, have sung more than 35,000 songs in more than 14 languages, It's something that today's generation of singers can't even dream of. During this while, you witnessed film music getting transformed. Tell us something about this journey.
I'm so blessed with working with like these legends past 50 years. When I am 13, I entered as a assistant composer for the great M.S. Viswanathan sir in Tamil, and I worked for him 2 years, and I know the swaram notation. I used to write a notation. I learned Carnatic vocal music for 4 years. My Guruji is Nedururi Krishnamurthy and Revati Ratnaswamy in Andhra Pradesh. From the 6 years, I learned music that is helped me a lot to work with like M.S. Viswanathan sir, Ilaiyaraaja sir, like legends, and Chakravarthy is a top music director those days in Telugu. So I worked as a assistant for everybody. So itna by blessed with God's blessing, I got never counted how many songs I am going to sing, how many music composers will call. We don't know, sir. Touchwood, by God's grace, I got so many very good opportunities with such a great legend composer, sir.
So you have worked with Mr. Ilaiyaraaja, who has been composing music for more than 50 years. Mr. Rahman is there for more than 30 years since 1992. That's more than 3 decades. How challenging can it be to sustain a career in a highly competitive field and staying on top too?
Sir, if you are having love in that work means there is no time limit. That is because I am seeing Ilaiyaraaja sir past 45 years. Same timing he is coming for studio, whether work is there or not. सुबह आप देख सकता है सुबह 7 बजे he is coming and he is doing some composing ध्यान कर रहा है going for lunch and same timing, there is no change.
As my kid, sir.
Same kind of personality, next generation. Father is Ilaiyaraaja sir, son is Rahman sir for music. Same concept. They are also working different, timing difference only, but वो प्यार से कर रहा है जो this is I think these all people are Gandharva people, exceptions, only born for that music only. They don't know anything. If they leave music, they don't know how what to do.
PS2.
So there are many songs that Mr. Rahman has sung, and virtually all of them have been chart busters. How would you evaluate him as a singer?
Sir, Rahman sir, sounding is different, sir. Nobody is having that kind of culture, voice culture. So he is he molded his voice for his compositions beautifully. So that kind of songs Rahman sir can sing only. I cannot replace that song in other language also. That kind of beautiful sounding he is having, जो भगवान दिया.
ये जो देश है तेरा स्वदेश है तेरा.
So amazing singer, and he will work for that. बहुत ज़्यादा अकारम बोल के ये ज़्यादा नहीं आता है, नहीं तो भी for his songs he will compose and he will render that song extraordinary, and one song, Chitra ji song, Kannalane Tarane Na, बीच में स्वर पोर्शन आता है, गमपा मापा नी सनी पानी सनी पा मापा ग सगमपा गमपा नी मनी सक सनी सक सनी सक 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 सनी सनी पा मापा बगा, all these things. He want to try novelty and pudu style, new style. He want to prove himself. Like that, in Awaaz maybe he's created some beautiful naya placements with his Awaaz also. That's why Rahman sir is very good singer, very good composer, very good musician, very good engineer, very good editor.
What's your favorite song composed by Mr. Rahman?
மானுத்து மந்தகிலே மாங்குத்தி பெத்த மயிலே, SPB sir sang. And Anjali Anjali Pushpanjali, Puvanti Pedavulaku Pushpanjali, Mulanti Kanulaku Pushpanjali, Anjali Anjali Pushpanjali. That is Antra, इतना अच्छा कंपोज किया. अंजलि अंजलि पुष्पांजलि, एंड बीच में हमिंग चित्रा जी इतना अच्छा गाया. Everybody got very good memories with Rahman sir music sir. It's ultimate. It's a different personality and different compositions. Always memorable. Always memorable. Anjali Anjali Pushpanjali.
So you have sung so many songs for Mr. Rahman. Can you list out some of your favorite songs?
अलग अलग है ना. Each song is different mood and different kind of structure, and format is different. So always everybody like melodies. So first list of songs में रहमान सर का मैं गाया बोल के मन में आता है, तेंड्रले तेंड्रले మెల్లని వీసు తెండ్రలే తెండ్రలే. And the second one, புத்தம் புது பூமி வேண்டும் நித்தம் ஒரு வானம் வேண்டும், புத்தம் புது பூமி வேண்டும் நித்தம் ஒரு வானம் வேண்டும். And Pepe songs, தில்லானா 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 நீ தித்திக்கின்ற தேனா திக்கு திக்கு நெஞ்சில் தில்லானா, முக்காபலா முக்காபலா and lot of songs are there for Telugu. I did for Venkatesh, Hero Venkatesh. He total album mein 6 songs are there. 4 to 5 songs I sang in that album. So this much works. And Taal mein Tamil mein gaya. Aridana Ridana Karinana தாராரா சரிதானா சரிதானா நீ சத்தியத்தை உழைப்பது சரிதானா சொன்ன வார்த்தை ओ सुखविंदर जी इतना अच्छा गाया वो. I mixed in Tamil. So lot of experiences sir with different languages. Working with Rahman sir always amazing. பிறருக்கு சொந்தம்தான் நீ சத்தியத்தை மீறாதே.
Coming up next, Dil Bechara, Love Beyond Life. Mimi, where dreams rewrite destiny. Lekar Hum Deewana Dil, Young Hearts, a new sound.
Khalifa 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 bade karam chale.
3 films, a world of emotions, 1 lyricist, Amitabh Bhattacharya. He joins us in the next episode of Rahman Music Sheets. Stay with us.
Soebin
Father is Ilaiyaraaja sir, son is Rahman sir for music. These all people are Gandharva people, exceptions, only born for that music only. They don't know anything. If they leave music, they don't know what to do.
जैसे तू है पास मेरे.
Do you agree that this indeed was the moment of the day? Is your choice different? Whatever your mind says, write it in the comments section below. We will be waiting. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, press the bell icon and stay entertained.